my review on Deadpool 2! Yay! Miss Cormia! Deadpool 2! Yay! Okay, so the movie opens up with Deadpool, making a Wolverine lullaby figure and taking a photo thing and throwing it away after taking out the toaster and putting a cigarette in gasoline tanks and blowing himself up and saying, "Fuck Wolverine." And saying that he's dying in this one too. Is also was Deadpool and he's bringing the Force War. And he says if it's he actually explains how this all ended up a few months ago or months ago I think he said, and it started with him killing bad guys and translating speaking in Japanese, where's the library, and he thinks it literally translate I don't bargain. So he crashes after he finished talking to the guy on the cell phone, he crashes the party and starts killing the bad guys, and they start shooting at him, and he makes a dive over the counter with this girl, and he says, "Shh, I know what it's called. Just don't do it." And he said, "Hit it," and the music starts playing as he goes on a montage of killing bad guys' asses. And he says, Deadpool 2 is a family film. Much all family films, like Bambi, Saw 7. It starts out with a murderer. It starts out with someone getting killed. He seemed like she have this, he's going after the bad guys with a chainsaw when he's narrating audience. So yes, Deadpool 2 is a family film. I'm serious. And this guy in the back, or this bad guy, the main bad guy he's after, has himself in a panic room, and Deadpool says, "A panic room, really?" And a bunch of other bad guys come and want to kill him, so he makes a run for it into his escape taxi, and says, "Floor." And Deadpool actually thinks that he shit his pants, so. And have you in discussion between Deadpool and the taxi cab who should have been. Deadpool's pretty sure it's me that should. And the taxi, the guy that's driving him, says, "I want to feel my," and Deadpool says, "Pockets?" He says, "No, soul." He says, "That's amazing. We all need that special one person that needs licenses." And he says, "I want to become a contract killer like you, Mr. Deadpool." Deadpool's like, "What the fuck?" And there's reference that in this taxi, and the taxi driver reference Interview with a Vampire and says, "You remember Kristen Dunst from Interview with a Vampire?" and it's just, yes, I wish. It's just, she says he's Kristen Dunst, like, in that movie. That's me. And, Deadpool says, "I will never stop picturing that, but I can't wait to stop talking about this." And he says, Deadpool, and the taxi driver says, you're my Tom Cruise, like, Mr. Deadpool." And Deadpool says, "You're my Kristen Dunst." So he goes in his house and makes out with his girlfriend, and she calls him Red. Really great cast in this movie, and the color contrast is fantastic. It's the same color contrast that was on the trailer. They didn't took it away or made it look brighter. I don't think they could have made it look brighter, but if they did, I would have appreciated that. Anyway, getting stuck off course a little. Yeah. And so they each got themselves a present. Deadpool got a token from bowling pins, token from their first date. And Deadpool got, he says, I don't know what it is. And she says it's her, like, her thing that keeps her from not having a baby. So Deadpool says, I want to have a daughter or a son, either or. I want to have either one. And he says, let's make a super baby. She doesn't think she doesn't think it works like that, but he has to get big before he has a kiss. So they start doing like account stuff, and next thing you know, they watch a movie with I know the girl's name, I forget, and the movie is I know this movie actually. I've seen this movie, and the Deadpool says, doesn't the song "Papa, Can You Hear Me" sounds very similar? And here is why. And these Deadpool toasts stuff, and while they're talking about babies, about baby, and Deadpool hears something, and he says duck. So she ducks under the couch and kills a bunch of guys without cracking a joke, because he's really, really pissed. And he didn't act like Deadpool, like was not like usually when he cracks jokes and playing around. No, this, like in the beginning of the movie, in the opening act. No, this one, he's straight up serious and killing them. And he missed all but one and killed his girlfriend. And Deadpool goes over the couch and very sad that his girlfriend's dead, and he jumps right out the window and chases out the bad guy and gets the bad guy, like sprints at the bad guy's car and knocks him out of the car and picks him up and hugs him and throws them both in front of a truck. And the opening credits are, well, they're pretty cool actually. The opening credits. Yeah. And Deadpool starts playing like James Bond. With this opening credits and like every old classic James Bond from Sean Connery and recent one from Daniel Craig, well, every James Bond opening as much as possible. Anyway, so basically it parries the James Bond opening credits a bit, quite a bit actually, and actually pretty cool. And hey, look, I'm upside down. So, Deadpool's in the bar, realizing and crying over his dead girlfriend, and realizing that, do you want to go snowman? Papa, can you hear me? Sounds like the exact same fucking song. And holding the token that he gave to his girlfriend, holding her token and holding it in the bar. And his best friend says, "Go home, wait," and he says, well, he starts peeing in the bar. The taxi driver, he works on the bar now, and his best friend like tries to say that mopping the floor is something like is mopping the floor of piss is like holding a gun. To the taxi driver, and he's and so Deadpool says he's fine, and this guy starts to Deadpool, starts talking like Dr. Phil. So basically, he starts talking like an idiot. And it sounds like he's pulling shit out of his ass. And Lee leaves the bar and goes to Blind Al's house. It was